Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to ask you a simple yet powerful question. Why not you? Why not you who rises above the challenges? Why not you who breaks through every barrier? Why not you who becomes everything you've dreamed of being? Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to ask you a question that holds the power to change your life. Why not you? Why not you who rises above the noise? Why not you who turns obstacles into stepping stones? Why not you who becomes the example others look up to? You look at yourself and you think you need something more time, more money, more talent, more this or that. But let me tell you something, what you have right now is enough. You are enough. You've got enough inside you to take that first step, enough to change the game, enough to start that dream that's been burning inside of you. You don't need to wait until you feel like you're the best or you've got it all together. Too many people think they need to have everything lined up perfectly before they move. But life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It moves on with or without you. And if you keep waiting, you'll look back one day and realize that all you needed was the courage to believe that you were already enough to begin. Think about it. Every person who's made it didn't start with all the answers. They didn't have everything handed to them on a silver platter. They just started where they were with what they had, and they made it work. They realized that they could work with what they've got. They understood that it's not about having the best cards, it's about how you play the hand you've been dealt. You are more capable than you realize. You have strengths, talents, and gifts that are waiting to be unleashed. But you'll never discover what you're truly capable of until you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start taking action now. Stop selling yourself short. Stop thinking that you need permission from someone else to chase your dreams. You are enough right now as you are. Sure, you're not perfect, no one is. But you're perfectly capable of making a difference in your own life. You've got enough heart, enough drive, enough passion to start. And when you start, you'll find out that what you thought was impossible isn't so far out of reach after all. But you've got to believe it first. You've got to believe that you've got everything it takes. You've got to believe that you are worthy and that you can achieve it. Because if you don't, who will? The world may try to tell you that you need more degrees, more experience, more this, more that. But sometimes the only thing standing between you and what you want is your belief in yourself. So I'm telling you right now, as you are, flaws and all, you are enough. Enough to take that chance, enough to face that challenge, enough to pursue that dream. Don't wait for someone else to tell you that you've got what it takes. Know it in your bones. Feel it in your spirit. You've had what it takes all along. Fear is always going to be there. It's that voice that creeps in late at night, that tightness in your chest when you think about stepping out of your comfort zone. It's that little whisper that says, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? But here's the truth, fear isn't going anywhere. It's a constant companion, always waiting for its moment to show up. But just because fear is there doesn't mean it has to dictate your life. See, courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means feeling the fear, acknowledging it, and taking that step forward anyway. Real courage is standing up and saying, yes, I'm scared, but I'm still going to do it. Fear will try to convince you that you need to wait until you feel more confident, more secure, but that's a lie. Confidence comes from doing. It comes from moving forward, even when your legs are shaking and your heart is racing. Think about it, every great achievement, every success story, every person you look up to, they all faced fear. It wasn't that they were fearless. It was that they decided their dreams, their goals, their purpose were worth more than staying comfortable. They chose to move forward, not because they weren't afraid, but because they knew that fear was a temporary feeling, while regret lasts a lifetime. Fear will try to keep you small. It'll try to keep you playing safe. But nothing great ever came from playing it safe. Nothing life-changing ever came from staying where it's comfortable. You've got to be willing to feel that fear and step into the unknown anyway. That's where the magic happens, where you find out what you're really made of. So when fear shows up, don't try to fight it. Don't run from it, use it. Let it be the reason you push harder, the reason you show up even when you don't feel ready. Let it remind you that you're on the right path. Because if you're not a little scared, then you're probably not dreaming big enough. Fear is the sign that you're stretching, that you're growing, that you're stepping into something new. When that fear shows up, don't let it have the final word. Let it know you can ride along, but you don't get to drive. because fear might be loud, but it's not stronger than you. It's not stronger than your purpose, your passion, your calling. So feel the fear and do it anyway. That's how you take back control. That's how you turn fear into fuel. Doubt is going to show up in your life again and again. It'll come from people around you, sometimes even from those closest to you. They'll look at you and say, I don't think you can do it. Or maybe you should try something easier. But the loudest doubt, the most dangerous kind, is the one that comes from within when you look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I really have what it takes? But here's the thing, doubt doesn't have to be your enemy. It can be your fuel. You can let every no you hear, every skeptic, every doubting voice push you to go further, work harder, and be better. When someone says you can't, you use that as a reason to prove them wrong. When your own mind says, maybe this isn't for you, you turn around and say, watch me. Think about it. Doubt has been the thing that has stopped so many people in their tracks. People with talent, with potential, with dreams, they let doubt talk them out of their destiny. But doubt can't hold you back unless you let it. It only has as much power as you give it. So don't let it be a wall that keeps you from moving forward. Let it be the fire that pushes you to climb higher. And every time you feel that doubt creeping in, you remind yourself why you started in the first place. You remind yourself of those early mornings, those late nights, those sacrifices that no one else saw. You remind yourself of that dream that won't leave you alone, that vision you've had in your mind for so long. Doubt can't compete with a purpose that burns inside of you like that. You see, doubt wants you to settle. It wants you to accept less, to stay in the comfort zone, to take the easy road. But that's not for you. You weren't built for average, you were built for something greater. So when doubt tells you that you don't belong, you use that as a reason to work twice as hard. You let every bit of skepticism become the energy that drives you. Every setback, every failure, every closed door is just another log on the fire. You take that doubt, that negativity, and you turn it into power. You let it push you to be relentless, to keep going when most people would give up. Because one day you'll look back and you'll see that every bit of doubt you faced was shaping you, sharpening you, preparing you for something bigger. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. You have to bet on yourself when the odds look impossible. You have to be willing to stand up and say, I can, I will, and I must. Because doubt may be strong, but your determination, your grit, and your resilience are stronger. You are stronger. So let the doubt come, but let it be your fuel, not your limit. Let it push you forward, not hold you back. And when the day comes that you reach that goal, you'll know that every bit of doubt was worth it. You'll know that you turned it into the power that got you to where you were always meant to be. Too many people are waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for someone to notice them, waiting for a door to open. But let me tell you something, life isn't about waiting. It's about taking charge and creating your own opportunities. It's about being the one who makes things happen when no one else does. You've got to be willing to step up and say, if the door isn't open, I'm going to build my own door. See, life doesn't hand out opportunities on a silver platter. It's not just going to fall in your lap. You've got to go out and get it. You've got to put in the work when no one's watching. You've got to make the connections, put yourself out there, and knock on doors that no one else is knocking on. And if those doors don't open, you build your own path. You create your own lane. You think successful people waited around for someone to give them a shot? No, they created their own chances. They turned every no into a challenge, every obstacle into an opportunity to prove themselves. They refused to be stopped by a closed door or a missed chance. They understood that sometimes you've got to take the tools you have and build something out of nothing. And you might think, but I don't have the resources, I don't have the experience, but you don't need everything at once to start. What you need is the will to begin. What you need is that fire inside of you that says, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. When you have that, you become unstoppable. You become the person who shows up early, stays late, learns what you don't know, and does what others aren't willing to do. Because creating your own opportunities means taking risks. It means putting yourself out there even when you're not sure how it's going to turn out. But that's where the magic happens. That's where you discover strengths you didn't even know you had. That's where you find out just how far you can go. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because when you create your own opportunities, you're not just working for a dream, you're building it with your own hands. It's not about luck, it's about preparation meeting the moment. It's about being ready to seize that chance when it comes your way and not being afraid to create it when it doesn't. You have the power to shape your future, to carve out your own path. Don't let anyone tell you that you need to wait for a chance. Don't let anyone convince you that you don't belong at the table. If there's no room at the table, bring your own chair. If there's no stage, make your own. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for the right timing or the right situation. The right time is now, and the right person is you. So go out there and create. Build something out of the challenges, out of the setbacks, out of the doubts. Turn every roadblock into a stepping stone. Because when you take control of your destiny, you'll realize that the only thing you ever needed was the willingness to take that first step. And when you do that, when you create your own opportunities, you become unstoppable. You become the person who doesn't just survive, you thrive. You don't just succeed, you soar. So don't wait for a door to open. Go out there and make your own, because you've got everything it takes to build something amazing right here, right now. There's a reason you're here. A reason you've got those dreams that keep you up at night, that vision you can't shake, that fire inside of you. It's not random, it's not by accident. It's called purpose. And it's unique to you. No one else can live it, no one else can fulfill it, because it's yours. The world is full of people trying to fit into molds, trying to copy what someone else has done, trying to follow someone else's path. But you weren't made to be a copy. You weren't made to be a second version of someone else. Your purpose is different. Your journey is different. And that's a good thing, because there are things that only you can bring to the table, things that only you can do. You've got to believe that. Think about it, in all of history, there's never been another you. Never been anyone with your exact experiences, your unique perspective, your particular voice. You've got strengths that no one else has, a story that no one else can tell, and a way of seeing the world that no one else can see. And that's not a weakness, that's your power. And sure, there are going to be times when you look at others and think they're already doing it better, or someone else is more qualified, more talented. But you've got to understand that no one else can do it your way. Your voice, your style, your message, it's yours for a reason. It's meant to reach people in a way that no one else's can. Imagine if everyone who had a gift kept it to themselves because they thought someone else was already doing it. The world would be missing out on so much beauty, so much creativity, so much potential. And that's what you do when you hold back, when you keep your purpose locked inside of you because of fear or comparison. You deny the world the gift that only you can bring. You have something the world needs. And I don't just mean your talents or your skills, I mean you. The way you think, the way you care, the way you see possibility where others see limits. There's someone out there who's waiting to hear what you have to say, someone who needs your story, who needs your courage to inspire theirs. But they'll never get that if you don't step up and embrace your purpose. And living your purpose isn't always easy. It's not always comfortable. It's going to require you to stand out, to take risks, to be different. But that's what you were made for. You were made to step out of the crowd, to shine a light that's yours alone. You weren't meant to blend in, you were meant to stand out, to make an impact, to leave a mark that no one else can leave. So don't run from your purpose. Don't ignore it. Don't hide it because it feels too big or because it makes other people uncomfortable. Embrace it. Step into it fully with all the passion, all the determination, all the faith you've got. And when you do, you'll find that everything you need is already inside of you. The strength, the resilience, the vision has been there all along, just waiting for you to believe in it. And when you live out that purpose, when you share what's inside of you, you become a force. You become someone who doesn't just pass through life, but who changes it. Someone who doesn't just exist, but who leaves a legacy. So don't ever forget your purpose is unique, your voice matters, your story matters, and the world is waiting for you to show up as only you can. So when you leave here today, I want you to carry this with you. The power to change your life has always been in your hands. It's not in waiting for the right time, not in hoping that someone will give you a chance, not in wishing that fear and doubt will magically disappear. It's in you. You've got everything you need right now inside you to take that first step, to rise above, to reach your full potential. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt keep you small. Turn those doubts into fuel. Face those fears head on and build the opportunities you've been waiting for. Embrace the fact that your purpose is unique, that there's something only you can offer to this world. And ask yourself, why not me? Why not now? Then, with all the belief you can muster, take that step, no matter how small it might seem, because when you do, you'll find that the world starts to shift, that new doors open, that what once seemed impossible starts to take shape. You'll find that you're stronger than you thought, braver than you knew, and more capable than you ever imagined. The time for waiting is over. The time for doubting is over. Now is the time for you to step up, to believe, and to show the world what happens when someone decides to go after what's theirs. So go out there and make it happen. Because the world is waiting to see what only you can do.